afternoon with the talk Annabelle's Challenge, the Future, given by Kate Manku, trustee from the Annabelle's Challenge Board. Kate.
Thank you, Glenda, and good afternoon everybody, and welcome back to the second part of today's conference. I hope you all enjoyed the break over lunch and hope you got to enjoy some of the lovely sunshine. I'm sure the sun is always shining in Bury, is that right, Jared? So yeah, just to kick off with a quick introduction, I'm Kate Manku. I am one of the trustees of Annabelle's Challenge, and up until very recently I was also chair of the charity as well. And I came on board in 2019 following the diagnosis of a number of members of our family to vascular Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. So my husband Jason, my 6-year-old son Hugo, my mother-in-law amongst others. And I'm sure alongside many of you in the audience, I just wanted to do something proactive, I think, to support the community and our family. So decided to use some of my professional experience, having worked in corporate banking for over 17 years, to give something back to the vEDS community. So there's just two things that I wanted to do today. Firstly, a number of thank yous. So I've got quite a long list, so you have to bear with me whilst I flick through those on my phone. And also talk about the future of Annabelle's Challenge. We've got quite a lot of exciting news to share with you today around the shape of the charity and the shape of the Board of Trustees. So I just wanted to take the opportunity to go through that with you. So I just wanted to say how fantastic it is to see everybody here together after a really couple of really challenging years for us. It's really uplifting to see how the community really comes together despite how geographically dispersed we all are as a community. And I think, yeah, we're all here to support each other, whether that's through the various social media platforms, whether that's through the support groups that Annabelle's Challenge facilitates, whether that's speaking to Christina or Danica or Jared. So it's just great to see. I guess right up front I just wanted to say a big thank you really to both Kay and Guy from EDS Support UK for co-hosting and co-organising the conference. We really do appreciate your support, and I think it's just a fantastic example actually of the collaboration between two charities and how we can work together to support the vEDS community. So thank you so much. I also wanted to thank Dr. Glenda Sobey for your involvement, and also for all of your colleagues across the EDS service. We really appreciate your work in terms of pulling today's conference together and managing to attract the quality of speakers that we've had. I've really enjoyed the sessions this morning, just in terms of breaking down some really complex and quite hard-hitting subject matters really into easy, a really easy to digest format. So it's been great. So thank you. So moving on, I wanted to thank a number of members of the community as well in terms of the support that they offer Annabelle's Challenge. So we've got our Annabelle's Challenge patient steering group, and I know there's a number of the community that take part in that in terms of supporting the direction of the charity and making sure that we're continually acting in the best interests of the community that we serve and making decisions that really impact on the lives of people suffering from vEDS. So thank you so much, and also thank you to all the volunteers that work with Annabelle's Challenge as well. I know a number of people have travelled quite a long way to be with us today. But not least, there's two individuals, both Nate and Topher from ASA, who have kindly travelled all the way from America to be with us, and also to sponsor our dinner this evening. So thank you so much, and we're really looking forward to hearing from you later on this afternoon about the exciting clinical trial that is going to be taking place. So there's one big thank you as well that I'm sure you're all waiting for me to make around one particular person in this room, and that is Jared Griffin. I just wanted to make a special announcement about the fantastic work that Jared does to support the vascular EDS community. And not just Jared, that extends to Jared, Sarah, Annabelle and the rest of your family. I think without you we wouldn't be here today, and quite frankly it's incredible what you are able to achieve with such limited resources for our community. So if you don't mind just joining me in a round of applause. So, moving on to the Board of Trustees, I think it's quite impressive if you look at the journey of Annabelle's Challenge from when it was formed back in 2014 as in effect quite a small social media group to start connecting people across the community to now what it is today, having secured the National Lottery funding, won the Queen's Award for voluntary service. And now as we sort of move forward into the area of research and clinical trials. So, but all of that happens, there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes to support Jared, Christina, Danica, and that work is undertaken by the Board of Trustees who volunteer their time to meet on a quarterly basis to talk through the strategic direction of the charity, understand financially how we're performing and make sure that we're making all the right decisions for the community. And I just wanted to thank two particular trustees who are going to be stepping down from Annabelle's Challenge, one of whom I think I've seen in the audience, who is Emma. If you want to just stand up and give us a wave. But Emma has been with Annabelle's Challenge since its inception in 2014. So thank you so much to Emma, and also, yes, you can see her picture up here, Sarah Ward, who I don't think is in the room because she is downstairs looking after all the kids in the kids club. But both Emma and Sarah have done such a tremendous amount for the charity, and we just want to thank you for your involvement. Moving on, hopefully. So up next, I want to introduce some new people that are going to be joining the Board of Trustees. The first person is David Catterall. So David, if you just stand up and give everybody a wave. But I'm really delighted and honoured really to be announcing that David is going to be taking on the new role of Chair of Annabelle's Challenge. So David is Head of Commercial Services at Bury Council. He co-founded the LGBTQI+ Forum. And is organiser of Bury Pride, and I know that David at the end of today's conference will be sharing a few words with everybody. So welcome, David.
Thank you.
I also then wanted to introduce Andy Fish as a new trustee of Annabelle's Challenge. Andy is also in the room somewhere. Andy, could you stand and wave? Thank you, Andy. So Andy is CFO of the Yotel Hotels Group. He's also a parent to a child with vascular EDS. Again, I think we're really privileged to have somebody with such great strategic and financial oversight joining the board of Annabelle's Challenge. So welcome to you, Andy. Moving on to Bonnie Jackson. So Bonnie, if you want to stand up, give us a wave. Now, if any of you are on social media, I'm sure you will already know Bonnie because she has, over the past few months, been doing so much for our community in terms of volunteering and fundraising. So she's team lead at MUFG Bank, so another fellow banker, and also a parent to a child with vascular EDS. Just thank you so much, Bonnie, for all you've done already for the charity, and we're really excited to be working with you. And finally, in terms of new trustees, we've got Meg. So is Meg somewhere? Meg? So you might have seen Meg out and about today already taking photos. And Meg is also a student studying occupational therapy. She's followed the journey of AC for quite some time, and we're delighted to be having her on board. And there's final one existing trustee who we don't have a picture of actually in our slide deck, but Jack Harris. Jack, where are you? Could you stand up and give everyone a wave? So Jack has been with the charity since inception, local to Bury, very much good friend to Annabelle's Challenge. Thank you for all that you've done so far and will continue to do in the future. So this sort of shows, I suppose, the geographical split of the Board of Trustees. It's quite a significant shift now from those of us living in the south of the country and those of us in the north. I think that shows, how we really want to build out the charity across the country. And in terms of the future of Annabelle's Challenge, I think a lot of it's already been referenced today, but this is about really focusing on the clinical trials, the research across a number of different areas, Conference 2025, so welcome your feedback on how this weekend has gone and how we should shape the thinking around that for next time. Retreat weekends and continuing to increase awareness of the charity. So that's it from me, and thank you so much. I hope you enjoy the rest of the conference.